Good evening. Right. Good afternoon. Different surroundings today. Right. We're back on savings again. Now, bad news is that not only are we going to have this increase in October, apparently we're getting another one in January as well. So I don't know how people are going to afford this. So I can see this country going into real trouble. And I mean literally troubles. Right, so I'm doing my bit to try to find saving ideas for everybody, and I've got an absolute cracker today for you. Right, so ladies, I'm aiming straight at you on this one first of all, because I think you're main culprit. Yeah, so husbands will be going, yeah, she is. I'm not telling you though. Right, cups of tea. Got a saving for you for cups of tea. Right. If you've been out, you've done your shopping, took kids to school, whatever, you come back in, you want to put your feet up, just for a minute, because you're very busy. I've done this, so I'm not having a go either. I've looked after the little my lady partner went and worked. Right, so I looked at, stopped, so I was a house husband at one point. Right, you come back from dropping kids off, because you got up early. Right, in my case it was. Right, so you come in, first thing you do, kettle. Put kettle on. Yeah. Now you might have met your friend down there as well, so you're going to do two cups of tea for your friend. Otherwise, you just single cup of tea for yourself. Now, I've actually had to write it down to do the numbers on this to prove it. Right. A cup of tea used to be 4p every time you put the kettle on. This is at prior to the last big pay rise, yeah, for the bosses, for the electric company, the pay hike, right? So that's gone up now, and it's going to go up again in October. So I've done a mean average, and it's not looking good, ladies. Right? Okay. So the old average was 4p. Yeah. I'll whack that in front of you quickly. You can take a picture of that and have a look at that yourself. I'll go through it. Right. It used to be 4p for a cup of tea. On the new rate, it's nearly 10p you're paying for a cup of tea. Yeah. I don't know about you. I like coffee. I have to have decaf nowadays, but I will have between 3 and 5 cups of either tea, coffee. We'll call them warm drinks in a day. Now, that's 5 a day. I'm going to take it on 5 in an average, because for families, that's only like 2.5 cups of tea. And I'm fairly certain most people get through 2.5 cups of tea each per day, unless you're not a tea or coffee drinker. Right, that is 50p a day. It used to be 20p. It's now 50p a day you're paying for cups of tea. It doesn't sound a lot, but you're thinking, hold on, 50p. Right, so per week that is £3.50. Very basic mathematics, so everyone understands it, especially me. Right, so it's £3.50 a week you're spending just on cups of tea. Doesn't sound a lot until you work out, especially if you go down to Costa and things like that. I think it's like £4, something like that, for some cups of coffee. Right, that is per year 100. This is, remember, before the January hike. Yeah, this is round about now figures, July, August figures, before the October hike or the January hike. That is per year £180 every household is paying just to make a cup of tea. And you're thinking, wow, that's before the two big hikes. So if they're saying that it's going to be 77% in October. Again, this is going to be the next one. 77%. Okay, so we're going to be up there. I haven't done a 77% equation. You can do it if you want, but we are looking well over £200 per year just for having a cup of tea. Oops, just for having a cup of tea. Okay, so how can we save money on this and not relinquish our tea or coffee or whatever? Okay, so I was in a shop the other day and I actually saw a clearance bargain, and dum dum dum, this is what it is. It's a Mediterranean flask, not a flask. It's a Mediterranean flask, very similar. They just don't have the handles on. and it's got a pressure release valve on the top, little cup on the top. Right, this one, I boiled the kettle this morning. This holds 3 cups of tea. I have 3 of these. I boiled the kettle this morning at 9 o'clock. Yeah, I've had 3 cups of tea out of this already. I don't know if you can see that. The steam's still coming out of that. That's still hot. It is now 6:30 at night, I think it is. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 21. Yeah, nearly 6:30 at night. So that's 9 hours, and that's still hot for another cuppa. Okay. Now that cost me £2.50. It's brand spanking new. £2.50 I found it for in a bargain. It was clearance. For those who are local, it was a clearance in Asda. £2.50, so I got 3 of them. Now, that is £7.50. That will take off at least, because of drinking on the 5 cups a day. Even for me, I can have 5 cups a day. That will only be 2 flasks. Yeah. So that in 1 week is 1.5 of them paid for. In 1 week. So over the year, you are talking there that it's going to take that over about £230 it's going to be for your cups of tea. It's going to take that down by at least £50 to £70 you can save. £50 to £70. Now, I know you're going, well, it's all over a year and blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to save as much as I possibly can. Pennies make pounds, the old saying goes. That's what we're doing, and that's exactly what I'm doing. When I'm seeing something like this, I'm thinking, well, we can save money like this. It's like the toilet idea for those who haven't put the bricks in the toilets yet. Half a house brick in the top of in the tank. Make sure it's clear of everything. That will save you on your water bill as well. Also, you can leave the bath water in. You know, I mean, it's the old thing. I mean, I remember getting bathed in a tin bath. You know, and if you were lucky, you were the first one in instead of the last one. Because my granddad used to work down pit. So if you got him behind him, he came out dirty, then you went in. Right? But what I'm saying is, these are things you're going to have to... Baths are going to become a luxury. They are going to become a luxury again. Yeah. So we're trying to save as much as we possibly can. And when I'm finding these things to tell you, I'm just passing them straight on to you. And it's up to you. I don't force anyone to do anything, you know. It's entirely up to you. You think, oh, that's not a bad idea. I can fill the flask up in the morning. Most people have flasks in the house, so you don't even have to buy them. Fill them up in the morning when you come back from school. Right, this is, and it's not that number there, that £180, just as we are as it is. That's just one boil. That's just the 5 cups a day. Now, in reality, remember when you come in from school, drop the kids off, you put the kettle on. First thing you do when you put the kettle on, I'll nip to the toilet. You go to the toilet. Come downstairs. What do? You don't pour from that kettle. You reboil the kettle. So that's an even higher price. So this way, you boil the kettle once, put it in the flask. It is there instantly, and it saves you time. You can instantly, you've got hot water instant. You have to wait 3 or 4 minutes as well, so you can get 6 cups of tea in, and it's still cheaper than having 5. Yeah, so that is a savings for you. As I get them, I will pass them on to you. You know, I just think of practical solutions for things, and that's one that I'll hopefully save a little bit. It's a bit of spending money towards your holidays, if you can get a holiday, but if, you know, a little bit by little bit of these little savings, they will generate enough money possibly to have a little holiday or a break. All right, that's all for now. Thank you very much for listening. Remember, press the subscribe button. I do all sorts of news and all sorts. You never know what's coming up. I normally tell you exactly what's coming ahead of it, or give you some inkling on the dates and everything, what's happening. So hopefully we'll catch you all soon, and I think it'll be the news later on when I see you later. All right, ta-ta.